and some woman goes, "Hey, how you doing?" And then they engage. You don't have to do this. You really don't. You mind if how old you are?
Oh, I'm 37.
37.
Yeah, I look
Yeah.
like
You
16, but yeah.
no. I mean, you look a lot younger than that. But let me explain something to you. Why y'all put up with this? You're in your 30s. The hell you texting for? Excuse me. I do verbal communication. Click. Text him back. I do verbal communication to get to know who people really are. Send. That's it. A guy texting you, hey, you don't gotta justify that. You ain't gotta.
All right. All right. So we're getting into it. You guys, welcome to the show. I'm your man, KTJ, and this is Love Coach Sessions Live. We are here. We live here on TikTok as well as live here on YouTube and Facebook. So you guys come on in. Let's have the conversation tonight. Our topic is why can't I find a good man or a good woman? Now, I said good man because this is primarily something that I hear from the women when they're out looking for a good man. Yeah, they're looking for a good man, but they can't seem to be unable to find them. They're like, "Where's the good men? Where'd the good men go? What happened? How come there's no chivalry?" They can't seem to find a good man. So we're gonna help some folks out tonight. So my saying said this is one that I need to hear. Yes, we're gonna help some folks out tonight in this topic. But if you're here on YouTube and you're checking it out, please hit that subscribe button. If you're here on TikTok, hit that follow button, and we're gonna make this show go. And so you guys, and you this is interactive, so drop your questions and your comments down below. The challenges you're having, we will help you out with that tonight. And so, I've had this question come to me just recently. This question comes to me just recently. There was a woman. She asked. She said, "Listen, I am 38 years old. I've been, I've got grown kids. My daughter's graduating high school, and I'm ready to go out. I'm ready to spend time, find somebody who's worth my time. I'm ready to find the real thing." Now she's ready to find the real thing, but it can be very difficult. Let's be honest. It can be very difficult. But I got some suggestions here tonight that's going to help somebody out tonight. So look, if you guys are in the chat, if you have ever said this, type in the chat. Just type me. Just type me if you have ever said this. If you've ever said, "Why can't I find a good man or a good woman?" Type down in the chats. Just say me. So I found a great article, and I'm going to share some of that with you guys right now. I want y'all to see what they're saying out there on this. I want y'all to see this. I found a really cool article here. All right, we got some me's coming. Can't find a good man. All right. Can't find a good man. We got some more me's coming. All right, Carrie said me. Now, the question is, do you know what you're looking for? We're going to get right into it, right? Do you know what you want? You say you want a good man. So you first have to identify, what does it mean to be a good man? Is it just a man who takes you out to dinner, buys you things, makes you feel all warm and cuddly, and then dumps you at the end of the night? That's not what you want. You are looking for a good man. So the question is, let's start with it. What is a good man? Yes, but they are hard to find. What is a good man? Okay, let's define that, because and this one's for the ladies for the most part. Okay, let's define it. What makes a man good versus a man that's not good? Okay, y'all drop your thoughts on that. You know, how do you define a good man? Now, for some people, let's talk about this. Some people, a man who peels off his money continuously is a good man. A man who gives you whatever you want. You can have whatever you like. Yeah. No, that is not a good man. Just because he gives you money. What was that song? Don't need a man that'll give you money. You need a man with sensitivity. Yes. A man of character. So what is a good man? How do you define a good man? A man that gives you time is a good man. Now let me tell y'all something about the time. So when you are identifying a good man, one of the things that you have to be looking out for is the man that gives you his time. Somebody needs to be taking notes here tonight. The man that gives you his time. And I'm not just talking about his sexy time. I'm talking about a man that gives you his real time. I'm talking about his real time, right? You want to know if how this guy actually feels about you. You can measure this by how much time the man gives you. Okay? A man who is really into you will give you his time. And the more time he gives you, the more likely he is into you. Now, for a lot of men, they will give you their money, but they won't give you his time. They'll give you whatever it is you want, right? They'll go party up with you, take you out, spend time with you, but won't give you any quality time. All right. Savnay says, what if he wants too much of your time? That means that at least that means that he's interested in you. That means that he desires you in some way. But yes, some men will want too much of your time. So you have to decide that, because see, some people don't have it much going on. Some people don't have anything else going on in their life. So they just want to just hang out with you. They just want you to go out with them. When you go, hey, I just want you to come with me. No. Some people will give you all their time because they have nothing else going on. So you got to be careful about that. You got to be careful about that. All right. Let's get into this article here tonight. And look, you guys on the YouTube side, go ahead, drop a comment in here. Let me know that you're in the house. Let me know. Looks like I don't know if the stream is waving over there or not, but let's get into this article right here. So this is an interesting article. It is entitled, Where are the good men? 18 reasons it's so hard to find a good man. What's happening, user? Yes, good evening. Good evening. Crystal, thank you so much for the follow. Yes, and you're right, Brandy. Some women do the same. All right. check it out. So we got 18 reasons it's so hard to find a good man. I found this article on Hack Spirit. Check it out. Here's what it says. Where are the good men? Are you asking yourself this question? Perhaps every guy you've ever dated recently feels a little off. Sure, the dates weren't half bad and some of the relationships were pleasant, if not enjoyable, but you just get this gnawing feeling that you could do better. That's that part of you was settling in some way. I'm gonna stop right here on this, right? Sometimes that gnawing feeling is that restlessness in you to want more. Instagram and some of these social media things, sites have gotten people into this thought that they are more than they are. Okay. So some of these people think that they are beyond where they are. Just because you get a lot of social media attention and now you have a lot of options, it doesn't mean that this is what's right for you. So, don't get too lifted up in this. It says, but okay, so this says the men you have dated were either too casual or too intimidated by you or not charming enough. Yeah, you look at some people are looking for the perfect package and they are not perfect themselves. You looking for Mr. Perfect and look at you. Look at you. Okay. You looking for some of these people looking for Mr. Perfect and you 5'6" and weigh 220. Come on now. Come on. You're not perfect either. Too intimidated by you. Okay. Some men are intimidated by strong women, and some strong women intimidate people by waving their accomplishments in their face. Okay, which could be off-putting. Let's be honest. He said he's not charming enough. Okay, so and you know what I believe charming enough means? I think charming enough means he's not entertaining enough. When somebody says, "Oh, he's not charming. He's not very charming at all. He's boring." Right? If you say somebody is boring, guess what? You're the one who is boring, who is waiting to be entertained by somebody. Nobody's here to entertain you. Okay? He's not charming enough. Why is it that a man has to be charming, but you can just sit there and laugh and just be, not you don't have to be charming. You don't have to be interesting, but he has to be charming. Come on now. Let's be realistic. Mariah says, what about looks? Yeah. Listen to this. For men, looks are less important than how he makes a woman feel. All right. Looks are more important or are less important for men than how he makes her feel. He knows how to speak to her. He knows how to engage her. He knows how to say the right things that she wants to hear. Boom. He doesn't have to be handsome. A guy only has to be clean. A guy only has to be has to brush his teeth and be clean. But for women, looks are valued much more. So let's get into this. Here are 18 reasons why you're finding it so hard to meet a good man. Got 18. Y'all ready for this? We got 18. Here we go. Hookup culture makes it difficult to date. Here's what they say. Thanks to dating apps, casual dating has become the new standard for modern dating. Casual. They don't want anything. They don't want anything. Stacy said, "Man, I got to tell you what happened today." Well, hold on, Stacy. I'm coming. Let me get through this list. Hookup culture. You want to know why it's so hard to find a good man today? Hookup culture. People just like coming and going. There's this thing that people were having 2-week relationships, going hard, going strong for 2 weeks. And then it falls apart. So hookup culture is a thing. So it says long-term relationships are a thing of the past, and people, including women, are leaning towards quick hookups. Listen, if you leaning towards quick hookups, don't be surprised if it's difficult to find a good man, because he's going to be looking for the same thing you're looking for. All right. Hey, LV. All right. I missed you this weekend. Yeah, some women are into masculine. Into their masculine. Funny. All right, number 2. Let me get through this list. Number 2, you're using the wrong dating apps. All right. Okay. Apps like Tinder are driven by quantity more than quality. All right. I've got one of my buddies, Real Black Love, RBL, Joseph Dixon, great site. It's a great site. It's one of the largest African-American dating sites. All right. I always find hookups. Yes. So be careful on the dating sites. All right. Now, I know somebody just recently told me that they found the love of their life on Plenty of Fish. They found the love of their life on Plenty of Fish. I do not suggest people go on Plenty of Fish, but you know what? When you think about it, it's the people that you connect with. So to me, I believe that every site is a dating site. I believe you can find love on any dating site out there. You can find love. All right, let's keep it going. Number 3, some men are intimidated by strong women. This is true, but not mostly true. Here's what they say. If you're particularly headstrong and confident and independent, chances are you're having a harder time dating than some of your more agreeable female friends. Despite the new wave of female empowerment, some men just can't grow out of their hero complex and are stuck idealizing the perfect female. Yep. Yeah, that's good. So some men are intimidated by strong women. And some of these independent, confident, headstrong women, I understand they got that way for a reason. But at the same time, if you want to attract a masculine man, you're going to have to pull back on it. You're going to have to pull back on it, or it's not going to work. Let's keep it pushing. The man-child phenomenon. So what I'm getting from this article thus far is that the reason it's so hard to find a good man is that it is the men's fault. The reason this is what I'm getting from these questions, but we're examining it, so I ain't going to fully judge it yet. But it sure seems like it's the men's fault that it is so hard to find a good man, which can't be true. Here's what they said. Number 4, the man-child phenomenon. Have you ever met a grown adult male who feels more like a child than a man? Someone who friend circle is still limited to beer pong and smoking days, whose hobbies seem to be exclusively limited to pranks and binge drinking. Sadly, more and more men are refusing to grow up and unknowingly turn into man children. All right, let me stop right there. Let me but wait a minute. Not saying I hear you. You said exactly. I hear you. But listen to this. Listen to this. Why can't they be who they want to be? Listen, as long as they're not out breaking the law, they're not out stealing and robbing, they're not out getting arrested, they're not breaking into cars, they're not doing burglary. Leave them alone. These guys, there is a person who wants somebody who's binge drinking and doing pranks and enjoying their lives. If they're enjoying their lives, fine. Now, yes, you shouldn't have to be living in your mama's basement, right? You should be working towards building a life, yes. But why do they have to do it the way that somebody else wants them to do it? If you enjoy your life playing beer pong and, playing pranks and hanging out with your friends, do that until you don't want to do it anymore. Because trust me, there is a woman who will like a guy who is just like that. So fellas, if you're listening, be your own man. Be your own man. And when it's time for you to come up, then you come up and you do it for you, not for them. All right. Number 5, people have emotional baggages. Yes, they do. I'm gonna try to get through this. Number 6, being a commitment phobe is normal. This is the reason why it's so hard to find a good man. Being a commitment phobe is normal. Says, why get into a relationship when you can get all the perks without any work? Ooh. I hear you, Shanae. Look, why get into the relationship when you can get all the perks without any work? On top of how easy it is to get these relationship benefits, casual dating culture has normalized serial hookups. Here we back to the hookups. Long-term relationships seem a distant memory, taken on by the brave and the weary. So check it out. Nowadays, being afraid of commitment is perfectly normal. It's not celebrated. A rise of polygamy and non-traditional relationship roles have changed the way modern society views relationships and commitments. Yes. So people are commitment phobes. One of the reasons why you're having a hard time. Yes, it is a valid point, LV. One of the reasons you're having a hard time finding a good man is because society is going towards commitment phobes. Now, I'm having conversations with men, right? I'm having conversations with men on this very topic. And there are a growing number of men who are feeling like, why should I get married? These women, they just going to try to take advantage of me. These women, they all just gold diggers. Like he got some gold. Like he actually has gold. These women, they just all a bunch of gold diggers and yeah. Well, some of them. Now, for most of the men that I know, I'll be honest with you. For most of the men that I know, their life gets better when they get married. For some of these guys who are here and there and everywhere, your life changes when you get married. Now, yes, there are some things you can't do. You can't hang out all night and come home any time of the night, any time in the morning. You can't do it, right? But is that bad or is that good? I believe it's good. Listen, for most of the men that I know who got married and started having children, you start being more responsible. You're not hanging out all times of the night. You're not just going here and going there and just living carefree. And because you have more of a disciplined life, you actually have a better life. You actually they say that men in long-term relationships, marriage, actually live longer than single guys because they take care of themselves, and their wives and their girlfriends are down behind them to take care of their health. He said may need to take a stand and be more responsible and stop being such a baby. I hear you. Marriage is a come up for many men. It is. It really is. It really is, to have someone who actually cares about you and your health. And, it's definitely good. Let's move on. Number 7, you're too easy to get. Why is it so hard to find a good man? Number 7, you are too easy to get. Too easy. He's like, hey, girl, come on over here. Let me tell you some stuff. Girl, I've been watching you all night long. Girl, I like how you look in them heels. Girl, you wearing them shoes. Look at them shoes you wearing, girl. Girl, you know what? I was telling my partner the other day, if I found a woman who could talk to me just right, treat me just right, fix me some dinner sometimes, and look good like kind of like you, I would get married in a heartbeat, girl. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I would, you the kind of woman that I would treat right. I would treat you right. I would be the perfect man for you. What you think about that? Girl, I tell you what if I just asked to marry you right now? What if I just asked to marry you? What if I just told you I want you to be my wife? Too easy. For taking what's being given. Opportunist. Too easy. Can a man just say whatever he want to say? Give you some compliments and then take you home? Can he just feed you some lines and just take you home? I mean, there's got to be more. But I'm going to tell you, there are some women who are so thirsty that just that simple line, girl, you are beautiful. You the kind of woman I would want to marry. Oh, he want to marry me. You want to marry me? No, he don't. He want to get in your drawers. Number 8. Let's move on. Number 8. People tend to hold out for the best. Yeah, we holding out for the best. Well, how long you gonna hold out? Now you're 40 and you still holding out for the best. The question is, are you the best? Number 9, good men are already in a relationship. It says 10. This and tonight this is the list of why is it so hard to find a good man. And it's saying one of the reasons why it's so hard to find a good man is because all of the good men are in a relationship. Is that true? Who thinks that's true? If you believe it's true, say yes. If you believe it's not true, type no. Is that true? Is it true that all the good men are in a relationship already? Shanae said yes. Myra said no. If you believe all the good men are in a relationship already, type yes. If you believe that that's not true, type no. All right, we got some no. We got, look, Nurse Beck said kinda. Come on now, you got to take a side. Many are, or they are at home hiding. Okay, it's got to be. Are all the good men in a relationship already? And you know how men become good? These good men that you're talking about, you know how they got that way? A lot of times they got that way through being in a relationship. Mother's basement. You're a nut. It says, remember what we said about the 10 out of 10 guys being somewhere else? They're closer than you think, but it just happens that they're already in a committed relationship. Let's face it, modern dating is extremely competitive. That is true. Modern dating is these dating apps have made it like a contest. With too many man children popping up, finding a good man is like finding a needle in a haystack. Okay, so I'm going to stop on this and push back against this article on this. I think that it's not that finding good men is like finding a needle in a haystack. I don't think that that's true. I think that you have to know, for one, who you are, have your own confidence in who you are, and then understand how to date, understand where to go, understand where the quality of men that you're looking for is likely to show up. Listen, if you like criminals and you like hanging out with thugs, you're more likely to find one. And then he'll be up on probation. He'll be going behind bars. So I don't think that it's necessarily that it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You just don't know what you're doing. You're just trying to master a game that you're unprepared for. It's like trying to play in the basketball championship, and you don't even know how to dribble. Just because you watched basketball on TV, that doesn't mean that you know how to play basketball. You have to be taught the fundamentals. That's what we're doing over here. Let's keep going. It says they are in short supply and will likely only go for women who are closer to perfect. If you're anything less than what they want, they know their worth. After all, you might not even have the chance to say hi. It's just the law of supply and demand. Is it them or is it you? You may feel like good men simply don't exist anymore, but what you feel and reality around it, they might not be the same thing. So the problem could be with you rather than the men, which is what I suggest. Number 10. The number 10 reason why it's so hard to find a good man today is this article says you might not be looking for the same kind of love. There are different kinds of love out there, and we all see and approach these types of love differently. Some people are attracted to lust, motivated by sexual desire. Attraction, motivated by appeal, allure. Attachment, motivated by the need for security. It says our partner needs to have the same type of love in their sights. Without that, we'll never feel truly settled with them. Always longing for something more. So that's a good point. This is a good point. The psychologist Helen Fisher said this, describes her 3 types of love in her book, Why We Love. She said there's lust, there's attraction, and there's attachment. She said there's lust, which is motivated by sexual desire. Some people say that they're in love, but they're really in lust. Some people are really in lust. They're like, if they stopped having sex, there wouldn't be anything to do. If they stopped coming over on a Saturday night, you wouldn't be together. All right? Motivated by lust. How about attraction? Motivated by attraction. Motivated by the appeal, the allure, and the desire to find and settle with a partner. This is how some people love. They just looking to settle with a partner. They don't want to be left out of the group of people who are all married. They don't want to be the odd person out. Attraction is important. Yes, it is. And the other type of love is attachment, motivated by the need for security. This could be good or bad, y'all. A person who is motivated by security, the need for security. Some people, if you grew up in an environment where everything was unsettled, you had to move, every 6 months to a year, every year, you guys had a new house, you had to go to a new school. That person growing up might really cherish security. And if you provide, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying, y'all. And if you provide for them the sense of security, that means love. That means you love them because you're just providing a sense of security. Safety, same thing. If they grew up feeling unsafe, they grew up in maybe families that were abusive, and you present to them that feeling of safety, boom. They'll say, man, I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm in. No, you're not in love. You just feel safe. No, you're not in love. You just feel secure. It says feelings of bonding and duties to others. Yeah. So I want y'all to take this in and just kind of process this. Number 11, you don't know how to lead love. Ooh, how to lead love. For so many women, there's the feeling that the right man will just fall in your lap or walk by one day and everything will be perfect. Everything will be. Oh yeah. So Jan, just wait a minute. I got you. Let me finish doing what I'm doing. You think that it's all going to be perfect, but the truth is most men aren't Prince Charmings waiting to find a woman to sweep them off their feet. Most men aren't Prince Charming. Have you ever noticed that women are often looking for Prince Charming? why Prince Charming, let's say the prince, why is Cinderella looking for the prince? Prince Charming, right? In Cinderella's village, Cinderella could have married any of the guys in the village. She could have married the blacksmith. She could have married the guy out milking cows, right? But she didn't want any of those guys. She wanted the prince. Well, guess who else wanted the prince? All the other women wanted the prince. Why is it that all the women wanted the prince? And because he was the prince, now he gets his pick of whoever he wants. So it's age old, y'all. It's age old that all the majority of women are looking for that 1% guy. So he can come in and change your life. So he can come in. So you ever notice that in the romance novels, the woman is never attracted to the plumber. She is only attracted to the high net worth individual. She's never attracted to the electrician. She's not attracted to she's not looking to run away with the construction worker, the roofer. She wants to run away with the man who owns the roofing company. Right? That's what she wants. And she wants him, and so does Cindy. So does Marcia. So does Jan. And all the other women want the guy. Okay? Why is that? You know why that is? That is human nature. That's human nature. That's just how we were created. That's how we were created. Wanting, listen, and for listen, this is a thing from thousands of years. Women have to be protected, and you want to try to get the best offspring you can. So you hook up with the best, most likely player who's going to give you the best life. And guess what? I don't blame you for one bit for that. Look, I don't blame you one bit for that. It's something that I would tell my daughter. Yeah. But understand that because this is the game, the other side of the game is that guy who is chosen, that guy who is the prince, that guy who is the top of the top, has lots of sexy offers, which makes this even more difficult. So tonight, listen, that makes it even more difficult. So tonight we're talking about why is it so hard to find a good man? If all the women are seeking that high level guy, high value guy, then it makes it difficult to find a good man, because you might be walking right past a really good man and think, he's boring. He doesn't have any money. He's this guy. He just doesn't. He's just not man enough for me. And you could be missing out on an amazing guy. I'm telling y'all, there's some amazing guys who work for the city. There's some amazing guys.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine, and you're not really fine.
There's some amazing guys who work down at the public works department. Okay. Hey, Nicole. Thank you so much. It was good seeing you this weekend. Nicole came and hung out with me. All right, number 12. You aren't ready to negotiate right. This is our list of why is it so hard to find a good man. You aren't ready to negotiate right. Says, how many times have you dated a good man but found that for one reason or another, it just didn't work? The more you try to find the perfect relationship, the more you set yourself up to fail, simply because any relationship that doesn't seem like the ideal one in your head will immediately feel like a sinking ship, even if it isn't. For many of us, we sabotage our relationships when we subconsciously feel that it just won't work out for whatever reason. Some people have a negative energy towards the possibility of finding love. Number 13, you're waiting for your perfect man who doesn't exist. I appreciate the love there, Nicole. Appreciate that. Whatever. Key said, whatever happened to the good old days? Now the milkman, plumber, locksmith all act a fool, just like the prince. That's funny. You're waiting on Mr. Perfect is the problem. All right. Number 14, you're letting the small things get in the way. Small things. Now, we have to determine what small things mean. For some people, it's a small thing that he sells cocaine. It's a small thing that he's got a record. It's a small thing that maybe, he's doing some illegal activity. It's not a small thing. It's not a small thing. Key, you keep on hanging out over here. I'm going to help you find a good man. Just keep listening. It's not a small thing. It's a major thing. Some people are getting together with people and he's talking about letting small things get in the way. You got to identify, well, what's a small thing? Because see, some of this small stuff you need to address. But here's what the article says. In all your years of looking for a good man and the relationship to last for a lifetime, you might have turned into a bit of a diva. Every small issue you don't like has turned into a major red flag and talking point for you. And you shoot down men before they even get a real chance to show you who they are. You abandon and ship quick. Mariah? Okay. I'm going to answer that question right after I finish this one. In many ways, we create relationships we deserve, it says. If you can learn to let go of small things, the small things might stop being there. See your man for who he is, not for all the meaningless or tiny issues that pester you. All right, Mariah, let me jump over here and answer some of this over here. Let me answer this question. Where do you meet good guys? Where do you meet good guys? Well, Mariah, let me tell you where you meet good guys. I believe that you become who you hang around, right? You find, see, because good guys, the term good guys is subjective depending on who's saying it. You find not, she said at Sam's Club. Not necessarily. You find good guys doing good deeds. Now, it's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. But for a long time, men at church was a good place because at least he has a moral center, right? Home Depot, that's good. Here's even better. I had a client and I talked to her about this. She said, I want a guy who's giving, a guy who is selfless, a guy who loves people, and you know, he's somebody that you can depend on, and he's gonna come through for you. She said, I'm tired of these guys always needing. She said, I'm sick of these guys. So here's what I told her. I said, if you want a guy that's giving, a guy that's selfless, a guy that cares about other people, go down there and volunteer. Now, could he be doing community service? Yes. Could he be working off his probation? Yeah. But then everybody on probation is not a bad guy. But here's what I do know. A man who will take his time to go and help build a house for other people that he doesn't have to do might be a caring guy. A man who's out there helping this single mom of 7 kids to get into her own home, which changes everything for those children. That guy might be a good guy. No guarantee, but he might be a good guy. So now, don't go joining Habitat for Humanity just looking for men. Do the thing you're passionate about and look around and see who is in that environment. And that's going to help you. Yes. All right, we making our way down. Number 15, you act too desperate and it turns guys off. This is the list of why it's so hard to find a good man. You act too desperate and it turns guys off. Some of y'all too thirsty. Some of you are too thirsty. You too thirsty. Too thirsty. Here's what the article said. We get it. It can be scary. Getting older and not finding the man of your dreams becomes more stressful as the years go by. What if you never find him? Article says, what if it just doesn't work ever? For whatever reason. She said, but desperation smells. It comes off in ways you act and the way you act and the things you say, and it's not attractive. Oh, yes. Oh, it's true. People can feel when you just want to put a man in a space. Guys can feel when you are sincere about him. Guys can feel when you just want to check a box off. You don't want to be the only one who doesn't have a man. No, listen. I'm telling you, you can actually feel, a guy can actually sense when you are just thirsty. So it says, don't weigh the entirety of your future on every first meetup with another potentially good man, because the weight of your expectations will suffocate any chances for the date to go well. Number 16. Number 16 in the list of why it's so hard to find a good man. You aren't really trying. You're not trying. Some people just think that the guy's gonna just, float down from heaven above, right on your doorstep, so you don't have to go outside. But you have to go outside. You have to go outside. Number 17, your social skills could use some serious work. I think the pandemic really hurt us on the social skills. People are still standoffish from other people. my perfect man. He will accept me for who I am. Listen, everybody has to be under constant construction. Under construction. Constantly under construction. You have to be constantly working on yourself. Or why should somebody else come around? Why should they come around? Why should somebody decide to make you a man decide to make you his woman? I know you got a long list of what it is that you want, but the question is, are you what he wants? Now, I'm waiting for somebody to ask, well, what does he want? Are you what he wants? I know you got a long list of what I want him to be this. I want him to be 6 foot tall. I want him to have 6 figures. I want him to have a 6-pack. I want him to take care of my bills. And wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, all those things. But the question is, are you what the guy that you described that you want? Are you what he would want? Are you feminine? Do you take care of yourself? I'm not saying you got to be a skinny model, but you can walk every day. You can walk for 30 minutes a day. You can eat a salad. You can take care of your health and do it for you first. If you care about yourself, then somebody else might want to care about you. But if you don't care about yourself, if you won't take care of yourself, your own mind, your own life, then why should somebody else? Number 18, you haven't improved yourself in a long time. This is the list of the 19 reasons why it's so hard to find a good man. Number 19, number 18 here is you haven't improved yourself in a long time. No upgrades. Like an old house from the 80s. He says, we all want someone who adds value to our life, who knows that more than you. He says, who knows that more than you, since you've been looking for the right person, right, perfect, good man all this time. But what are you doing? Are you fun? Are you interesting? Are you smart? Are you what he wants? Now, you guys, I got a little bonus for you. Shanae said, you absolutely have to invest in yourself as somebody else will invest in you. That's correct. Look, you have to invest in yourself. If you are, listen, if you single and you're looking for love, you're looking for to find your ideal partner, they want the best that they can get too. Look, they want the best that they can get too. They don't want some old dried up leftovers. They don't want somebody that just doesn't care about themselves. They want the best person that they can find too. So there's no reason why you can't take care of yourself. No reason. If you're single, you could get yourself a trainer. You could join one of these group fitness programs, pay $100 a month to be in a group fitness, have that accountability, get in the best shape of your life. You could do it. We all could do it if we want to. All right, check it out, y'all. So this is just as a quick bonus. Here are 7 places you can find a good man. They knew that somebody was listening for this. Stephanie said, I know I am. All right. All right, who's ready for this list? 7 places you can go to find a good man. Who's ready for this? Stop. Who's ready for this? They're a dime a dozen. Hey, friends over here. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Here are 7 places you can go to find a good man. Come on, man. Can we take down the advertisement seriously right now? Ain't nobody buying no Highland. Okay. 7 places. Community events, markets, fairs, auctions, ice skating, cook-off, chili tasting, pie contest, anything that's out in the community. Anything that's out in the community, which means you can't find it at home. You have to but Cal, I don't have any money, and I don't know anybody, and I live in this sad community where there's nobody to talk to, and I just stay in the house and I just watch I just watch Steve Harvey on Family Feud every night, and if you stay in the house, you won't find anybody. Stephanie said those dudes are married. At community events, trust me, men are not, all the men are not married at the cook-off, at the chili tasting contest, at the fair, at the auction. All those men are not married. Okay? They are not all married. And if you walk around with that defeated attitude, guess what? You are not going to find love. Let's move on. Number 2. Now this is our list of the 7 places you can go to find a good man. Okay. Volunteer work. Talked about that already. Go work and volunteer down at the food bank. I know for certain there are some good men who are volunteering their time. I know some personally. Volunteering their time. Yes, some of them are married and some of them are not. Okay? Some of them are married and some of them are not. Youth center. Ask yourself how yeah. So this is also still getting out. All right. Here's number 3. We talk about the places where these single men are. Okay. All right. Steph. See, the way that I roll here is I don't allow negative people in here at all. Yeah. If you're negative, you got to go. Let's get back to it. Number 3, tourist sites in your own city. This means you got to go out of your house and get out and be social. Tourist sites. You can learn a lot in your own city by taking a tour. Okay. Number 4, coffee shops. This is true. I've met some amazing people while at the coffee shops. Number 5, professional associations. Whatever you're into, there is, whatever you do for a living, there's a professional association tied to it. There's networking events. There are people who are meeting every month at networking events. It could be great for you. Number 6, bookstores. I don't know about that. Who doesn't love a man who reads? There are men who go to bookstores. Not a lot these days, but they do. They do go. And number 7, classes. I like this. I like the classes. Now, let me tell you about a class that I think has a good amount of quality, possible single men in classes. There's a couple things. Cooking classes, right? A man who would take a cooking class is likely to be single and not have a wife at the house, right? He's likely to be a single guy out doing his thing, and he's like,
Another one.
yep, he's ready to go. Another class that you can find single men, good single men, is the classes at Home Depot. Somebody mentioned Home Depot earlier. Home Depot has classes where you can learn how to put on tile. You can learn how to hang it. You can learn how to put up a ceiling fan. You can learn all these skills, right? It's a great place to meet a quality man. Great place. Great place. Great place. All right. All right. So before we get out of here, let me see. Anybody got a question that I didn't cover tonight as we talk about why it's so hard to find good men? Gave you some good suggestions, I believe. And to the lady who wanted me to answer her question, I'm sorry I didn't get to your question, but if you're still here, you could drop it. Okay. Mumbai says you got good advice. Is it possible to do a matchmaking event remotely for us? I don't know about that. Just because people are all over the world in these things, and I don't know how successful it would be with people coming from all over the world. Now, if you are looking for love and you want to be involved in the matchmaking, if you would like help with your dating situation, you could just book a session. You can book a one-on-one session with me. Click the link in the bio, takes you to the site, takes you to the link tree where you can book a session with me directly. And then you won't need that matchmaking event because I'm going to help you find what you're looking for. So book a session right now. Click the link in the bio and we will make it happen. All right, folks. Well, thank y'all so much for being here. Appreciate y'all coming through. Till next time, peace and love. I'm your man, KTJ, and I'm out. Peace.